All right, make sure everyone files in for a second because I am really looking forward to this stream. Wait a second. Wait. Why does Twitch say I've been streaming for 7 hours? Huh? Wait a second. Chat. Why is Twitch breaking on me? Hold on. Why is it saying I've been going for 7 hours? Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry for that pause. I have no idea what that's about. There is no stream that's 7 hours, but I guess speaking of the devil, there is a game out there that is close to 7 hours. There's parts of it being 5.5 hours, and it's this game right here. If you can't tell by my voice, this is Doki Literature Club, a stream that I've been looking forward to. I know you guys have been looking forward to as well. I'm super excited about this. So what we're gonna do, if you don't know, is we just completed the main game. We had a two-parter. They're both 5 hours long, so get your popcorn, get your candy. It's almost like Halloween season, and just sit back, relax, and hear my voice for nearly 9 hours. But today, why I'm excited is because of what's right here, the side stories. Because what we had to do in order to unlock them, I did this off camera, obviously, because I don't want you guys to sit through that because you have to play the game over multiple times. But the side stories, it sits separate side stories that you deal with these characters that just add some more background, who they are, and they say it's non-canon, but similar to, FNAF, for instance, they also say, oh, the Sits Night and the FNAF games are always non-canon, but there's some phone call tapes and stuff that happens, and it's just like, wait, it actually is canon. So I'm not totally buying that's not canon. And then once you complete the Sits stories, there's a seventh one that unlocks that deals with all four of them. So each of the side stories deal with two of them, right? Like one side story will have like Natsuki and Sayori, for instance. One will be like Monica and Yuri, right? Once you complete all of those, all six of them, a seventh one appears that has all four of them, right? So that's what we're doing today. And what we're also going to be doing today for this stream is we're going to be going through our files and we're trying to find every Easter egg in this game. So sit back, get ready. It's currently 9 o'clock right now. I just woke up. Probably not a good idea just waking up to play a game that requires a lot of talking by me. But you know what? I'm excited for it. I've been looking forward to this game. And the reason why I'm recording this in the morning is because after the stream, I'm going to be going to see the FNAF movie, right? Take a little break, come back, stream again, and then share my thoughts and reviews on the FNAF movie. So that's my schedule today. All right, enough talking, enough introduction out the way. Let's just hop into the side stories because I've been waiting for this, and I'm sure you guys have been wanting the same. So side stories. So we got trust, we got understanding, we got respect, we got balance, we got reflection, we got self-love, and as I said before multiple times, a seventh one appears when it's all four of them. So there's part 1 and part 2. And according to the developers, these stories in totality take about 2 hours. Because I was concerned if there was going to be another 5-hour stream. Each of these parts take like an hour, but no, apparently that's not the case. So I feel like go in chronological order. We go trust first and then go down the list, I think is the best way to do it. And I'm pretty sure once you complete part 1, part 2 unlocks, then we'll go understand part 1, understand part 2. Or unless we have to do part 1 for all of these, and then part 2 unlocks. I don't know. But I feel like going from the top bottom is probably the best way to do it. So let's go to trust. Understand trust with Monica and Sayori. I thought it was Natsuki for a second. Alright, anyway, let's hop into this. Begin the side story. Yes. Alright. Let's go. Chat, let me know you're excited for this. So apparently, my character is not in this at all. I'm just a spectator, a viewer, and we're just watching these two characters interact from the background, apparently. And now it's just like more backgrounds to the school. That's cool. This is interesting. Oh, hey Monica. What's up? Alright. Now remember, I can't do a female voice, so it's just my normal voice, so apologies. But, alright, let's begin the talking. Alright. Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? I missed debate club. Who knew it would be so difficult to start a new club? I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. So then why did you do it? Alright. So you did attendance when no one else was there. Why do it? I'm really starting to lose confidence. Maka's the only member of the literature club. In the days that have passed, all of our efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Monica glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?" Can we get a round of applause for that persuasive messaging and try to get people to come in? Do you like literature? Yep. Everyone should rush to the door because everyone likes it, especially in a school. Maybe nobody's into literature enough to pick it over their other club interests. I mean, when you have stuff like the anime club, I'd say solid bet. Chat, how much are you willing to bet in that? That's a bold move, kind of. Let's see how it works out for them. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision. But what kind of vision? Monica rests her head on her desk, deep in thought. But before she realizes it, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up to her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. Well, okay. Apologies, chat, for a second. Before she realizes it. Okay. I can. Alright. For some reason, I was worried that my mic was muted this whole time for 10 minutes. And since this is a game that's going to take several hours, I don't want to complete this entire stream, get through all the secrets, all the side stories, and be like, oh, my mic was muted the whole time. So, you guys can hear me. I just wanted to, make sure of that. All right, let's continue. Hello? There's Sayori. All right, so this is the story. And once again, my character doesn't exist, so we're just observing. Suddenly a voice causes Monica to snap awake. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'd never do this. Is this the napping club? No, this is... Monica pauses. Monica pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, the literature club. This is the literature club. Yay, I thought I got it wrong for a second. I'm super sorry, it was so unprofessional of me to do that. Yeah. Don't apologize, I do that all the time. We know why, game. We know why, chat. Chat, if you were here for those streams, yes, they're very long, but if you're able to be entertained for those 5-hour streams, we know why she sleeps all the time. Oh, did I miss the club meeting? Where's everybody? Well, about that. This is everybody. Really? Just you? But we're getting more members. I'm working really hard on it. Hold on a second. If it's just you, that means I get to be vice president. I mean, by that logic, who's going to campaign? Who's going to run against you? Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications? Well, they showed up. There. Well, I'm better at napping than you. Maybe I should be president. Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name? Sayori. Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really, really hard on this club. And I know you called me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening to not be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. So, obviously this is in the past, right? Before the game starts and everything. This is a flashback. But is this still Monika? Because if once again, I'm going to keep going back to the base game. But as we know, Monika created the literature club, right? Because, oh, she's not like the other girls. She's not like the other characters. Because the other girls, like Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki, they're like game characters. They're like NPCs that have no cognitive function. They can't like decide for themselves. They're programmed into the game to fall in love with you and stuff. Monika's different. Monika's like another person. So is that still happening? Does she develop that later after this? Is that why she wants to create the literature club so bad? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's a timeline of everything. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. Well, when you were so energetic and truly hiding your depression, yeah, I can see that. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was joking about being vice president. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that Monika tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know much about Sayori. I mean, she showed up, she likes napping, she wants to be vice president. You can say a lot about her. I'm sorry, that isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining it after I found a few more members, at least? Well, no. I want to join now. Respect. You love the commitment. Really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. Can you? You were sleeping. You're doing something amazing and you should be proud of it, you know? So, let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that So, once again, I'm coming back to this. Monika told Sayori, like, program her brain to be depressed and everything, and told her to kill herself. And now Sayori's helping her out, trying to make the club an actual thing. Once again, I don't know if this is just some alternate universe. I don't know like how far in the past this is compared to the main game. But I'm just saying what happened in the main game, right? And then you have this, who Sayori is wanting to help out Monika make the club special. Just for Monika to turn around and have Sayori die. Because Monika told her so. And made her crazy and depressed. It doesn't make sense. If nothing else, I'm good at that, honestly, how can I possibly say no to that? I mean, if you say no, then chances are no one else will show up, so it's not like you have much of a choice, Monika. That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monika, by the way. Monika. That's such a cool name. It is. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling. Well, I didn't say it didn't work. Michael glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it. I saw something else, chat. I'm gonna keep going back to the main game, I'm sorry, but I feel like I have to bring it up. But another thought is, as we know, in the game, Monica's seen as the most popular, beautiful, most athletic, coolest girl in the school, right? That's what she's described as. So you would think the most popular girl starting a club, there would be a lot of activity. There would be a lot of members, you know? Especially if her name's on the flyer. So what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? Hey, what's up? I'm glad you're here for the stream that we were all looking forward to. And you're not too late because as you can see, I've only been streaming for 15 minutes. This is the first side story. I'm not sure if you've seen them. So we're very early on, so glad to have you here and anyone else watching. We can go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members. I can do that. Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into my vision for the club. Alright. I'll be watching. Great. Appreciate it. Because I know, once again, you've been looking forward to the Doki stream. So, you ask, and I deliver. You know, like a mission. My mission is to make everyone happy. Because I'm secretly depressed. Huh. Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it. Hey, do you like hugs? That is something Sayori would say. I'll be back in 2 minutes, gotta start the shower. Alright, I don't know if you're watching on your phone, computer, PlayStation, whatever. Just don't bring it into you with the shower. Just let me free, I'm not secretly depressed. Cool, but once again, if you're going in the shower, just make sure whatever you're watching this on, electronic, don't bring the shower with you. I don't want to be responsible for you breaking it. Anyway, do you like hugs? I guess so. Sarah suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug, then let's go. Always, alright. Well, chat, I try. Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. Accurate. Chat, virtual hug. Alright. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me on my best. Because once again, I'm secretly depressed and I want to help others, make others happy. But I'm also depressed and I can't help my needs. I don't know where I was going with that. Huh, hug energy? Monica laughs. Although Sayori's very different from her, quite literally, Monica feels her spirit lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. And also as a question, how long has Literature Club been in existence of Monica being by herself and trying to get new members? Because this is like day 1 or day 2, with no members. That's one thing. But if it's been like weeks and no members, then yeah, I can see like Monica having, being down her luck, being down her spirits of no one showing up. So, what's the timeline of everything? How far back in the future is this compared to the main game? But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. Yeah, me too. And part 1's over. Roll credits. Nope. It can't be that quick. A day passes and the time comes for the Literature Club, Monica and Sayori, to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she's the first to arrive to the club room, and then she passes out on her desk again. But she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining. No, that can't be. She was so excited about yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Sayori comes bouncing through the door. Or bounding through the door, but I think bouncing is funnier. Plus, that is something she would do. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper. Sorry, I'm late, I'm here. It's okay, welcome back. And Sayori spins over to Maka and deposits the sheet onto Maka's desk. Oh? What's this? Oh. It's a poem. Cool. Alright. Take my hand. Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my steps so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up at you. The more I look forward, the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland. Nice. Snaps, everybody. Snaps to that great poetry. Alright. Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori? No, I got it off of Google. Greatpoems.com. Of course. Wait, no. That's the wrong side of the paper. It is a print off of Google. Huh? I wasn't ready to share that with you. I'm so embarrassed. Monica flips over the paper. Right on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh? So this is what you meant to show me. But I'm curious now. Do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm sure that I'm not near... I do. I'm sure I'm not anywhere as near as good as you are. Heh, really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. Isn't that the problem with any writer or content creator? Not just writing, but just in general. You're never happy with your own content. You feel like you can always do more. It's kind of real for a second. Like, I always read it again a week after I write it, and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. I don't have an issue. Respect, and glad to hear it. Glad to hear that content that you make, you're able to stand by and say, you know what? I'm proud of this. That's good. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Aw. You should have more confidence in yourself. You're the literature club president. I guess you're not wrong there. Because the first draft, yeah. But once again, that's a thing where, I guess since, we're talking about writing, since this is like a writing game, you write a first draft, or you write something like a first draft, and it's terrible, and you're constantly making edits, you're constantly making revisions, constantly making changes, and then after you go like weeks of making revisions, making changes, after like the 7th draft, you're just like, this is still not good enough. So you keep going back and back and back and forth, and you're constantly in this cycle of trying to improve something, and then it never gets revealed to the public because you're always in the state of, trying to make it good to your standard. Weeks. Yeah. Isn't that something called, it's not writer's block, it's, I can't remember what it's called exactly, where you're constantly writing something, trying to make edits and trying to make improvements, but it's not good enough to publish. So you're constantly going back. I can't remember what it's called. I wish I did. I guess you're not wrong there. Perfectionism. I think that's what it is. I don't know. But I can definitely see that. Just let's go with perfectionism because I can't think of another word for that. So thank you. I need to set a good example or whatever. I can envision a club doing something like that. Doing what? Like sharing poems we write and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. I would love that. It's such a good way to learn more about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people, usually. But you can write it when it's in a poem, right? Yeah. I think that's helping me form a more cohesive version. It's the morning, chat. I'm sorry. Earlier it was like midnight, I couldn't talk, and I'm going 3 hours. Now, it's just the early morning. I think that's helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. There, I read it. Oh, I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry. All right. Oh God. Oh man, that sucks. This stream's going terrible. All right. How far did we skip? Can express to other people usually, but you can't when it's a poem, right? Okay, cohesive version. So I'm glad you showed me. Well, even though it was by accident, me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try to show you some more of them in the future. I'd love that. Oh geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over this recruitment brainstorm together? My brain storms so hard. It's like a brain hurricane. My brain's a natural disaster. As once again, we know in the main game, their brain is all messed up with depression and they end up dying. Spoiler alert. Huh. Sorry, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at the list. Make cupcakes. I was hungry, but it's a good idea, isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, sorry that I skipped. I don't know how the button got pressed, but I don't want to miss anything. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, like when they come to the club. What if we sold them, we had free cupcakes on the flyers? I'm like kind of worried that that would bring the wrong kinds of people, you know? Wrong kinds? People would just come for the cupcakes and then leave. Nobody would do that. Sari, you're kind of an airhead and you don't understand how people works. But that is just you being, I guess, delusional, I guess, with your own positivity. That would be mean. I mean, that's just how people are. People are selfish. All right? But, you know, I want to find people who are really into literature. Even if they don't know it yet. You want to find something that people are into, even they themselves don't realize it. Or have any interest in. That's an interesting, once again, that's a bold move, Colin. Let's see if it pays out for him. Let's see. The next day on the list. Hunt for people reading books. I don't think I get it. You gotta wear the ghillie suit, the camouflage. You gotta go out in the middle of the woods with your sniper rifle and everything, and you gotta find them in your scopes. Find someone who's reading something. And then you gotta find them. Then you gotta hunt them down. Then you gotta kidnap them. And then bring them back to the school. And then tell them you're in the literature club. Like going around the school and find people who are reading books, you know? Or that. Like in the morning or during lunch. And we tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is like, wouldn't most people just reading books just by doing it for an assignment or something? Fair point. How would we know if they're just reading for fun? Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. That's always the con. And chat, obviously it's been, years since I was in school, but I'm curious if you ever read books in school, like during school, in the school building. I personally didn't, because I don't know. I felt like my brain couldn't focus because I was already doing so much schoolwork during the day that reading books for assignments, I just couldn't do it. I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. It's not like no one else has shown up in the club. I have no one else to listen to. And clearly my ideas aren't working, so I can't say no. You're coming with a lot more than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them up on the wall. I definitely like to start doing that. I'm useful. I never said you weren't. I just need to think, what would we tell people when we're handing them out? I don't want to just be like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people. What if you told them about the club activities and stuff? What club activities? It's not like you're the president and the one leading the charge. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? Yes. A vision for the club. Okay. Sayori, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Smooth. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Huh. You know, like a random person who's just getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club? Probably like, literature is stupid. I had to exaggerate it, chat. It literally has all the U's. Stupid. I'm joining the anime club. What the heck? Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine. Chat. A friend of mine joined the anime club? You know who they're talking about. Okay, what if I said that we're like, do group reading and discuss it together? So a book club? What are we, 60? I'll probably nap through that. That's you, Sayori. Yeah. But it doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. Once again, unless you're 60. We need to really catch their interest, you know? This sucks. Why is this so hard? Monica, don't be sad. What do you like about literature, Sayori? Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like intimate. Intimate. Sorry for the ASMR. Yeah. How do you get that to across people? We could be like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. Chat, anime, waifu girls, if they came up to you and said, be intimate with us, wouldn't you sign up? Not being creepy, not being weird about it. Once again, they're all 18. But if, in this case, two anime waifu girls came up to you and said, be intimate with us, is that not getting you interested to join? Whatever it is. I'm just keeping 100. How are you? I'm doing good. Yourself? Okay, that's kind of... I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. What? What is it? I've got all my things in my classroom. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me. Rushed, but weren't... Ah, never mind. Do you want to get your stuff then? I'll forget if I don't. You missed like 10 messages? 10 messages in chat or 10 messages in the game with the reading? Intimate is too much. I mean, maybe it is too much, but to be fair, Once again, we don't know if Maka's been doing this for one day and can't get members, or they've been doing weeks. But clearly, whatever they're doing, however long it's clearly not working. So you have to change your strategy up when it's not working to something different. So go bold or go home to me in chat. All right. Let me catch up to chat for a second. Let's see. I'm not seeing any. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing any messages that I've missed out on. Headpad attack. Virtual headpads. I don't know. It's the morning and I'm having fun. I'll forget if I don't do it now. Well, I'll wait for you then. Okay, it'll take a second. Sayori dashes out the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her thoughts on a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be intimate with us. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Write into your heart. Write the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Maybe I'm biased, but I like the intimate with us one. That's the one that catches people's attention, right? Because let's face it, that's the one that catches people's attention. And that's what they want. Wow. That's lame. Monica? Ah, you startled me. Sorry. Let me catch up in chat. Was talking about the perfectionism and how I find it easier when I make some characters because it's nice. Oh. I see. Okay. Like when you say make some characters, like do you write creative stories and make characters, or what exactly is it? I'm curious. Sorry. And sorry for missing, I think. But it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book. Okay, it's either Natsuki with manga, or it's Yuri with like the Portrait of Markov or some horror fantasy book. Reading a book? Let's hurry and recruit her. Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework? I could tell she was really into it. Once again, it could be either one. Well, I guess we could take a look. Maka grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Then the two depart the classroom with Sayori leading the way. This way. You don't have to run. Sayori leads Maka over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper. See? In here. Maka peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book. Leaning more towards Yuri. I feel like a creep doing this. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president, and I'll probably scare her away. Well, I create characters for video games, so I design their lore and their personalities in certain dialogue. Oh. Interesting. I wish I had that amount of creativity and attention. I wish I could do, design my own games, like create my own lore and everything, but I am not smart enough to code and stuff or create characters for stuff like that, but that is really cool. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Maka takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom. That was fast. Oh my gosh, I'm I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Um, well, I entered the classroom and she didn't even look up from a book. Once again, I'm leaning more towards Yuri. Because as we know, Yuri cares a lot about books and not about people. And I feel like Natsuki would be way more aggressive when someone's trying to talk to her when she's reading manga. So once again, I'm leaning more towards Yuri. So I kind of just left the flyer on her desk and then walked out. I asked design right. Once again, far more creative than I'll ever be, so respect. That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club. I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two head back to the club room, Sayori feeling rather accomplished, and Maka still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. Even though they didn't even notice them, so can you really say it was an encounter? I would say it's more of a spectatorship, observation, something. Upon returning, Maka and Sayori resumed their strategy meeting. They discussed various different kinds of recruitment tactics, from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list, and with Maka coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than where they began. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yeah, I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Sayori peels the sheet of paper Maka was jotting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself, join the literature club. Right the way into your heart. That's so cute. I thought it was a little overdramatic. But Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment. You know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. What? What do you mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong. She's a perfectionist. Yeah, but would you call yourself a perfectionist? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea in my head of how I want things to go. And it's like, I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me try my hardest at everything, so I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it into exactly how we envision. All right, I'm gonna pause for a second. Chat, since I guess want to share more about myself, and I also want to engage with you as well. And once again, build a community, and we can have fun at this. But would I say that I'm a perfectionist? Right. I would say I'm halfway towards being perfectionist, because this is what I mean. Right. If I have a schedule of things going on to do in my day-to-day life, and if things go longer than expected, if things don't go as long as I expect, or things get delayed, or things go wrong, then I get agitated, I get annoyed, right? And it just ruins my entire mood. When I have a schedule for something and things go wrong or don't go the way I expect them to, or however long they take, then I get annoyed and it ruins my entire day. So I feel like when it comes to schedules and routines, I'm a perfectionist. Let me know if you're a perfectionist when it comes to anything. Anyway, like this club, we have such an opportunity to make it into exactly how we envision it. Semi-perfectionist twins, nice. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. Like, for instance, I'm doing this stream, and then I'm going to see the FNAF movie afterwards. But if this stream causes me to miss the FNAF movie or whatever, then that's when my entire mood will just go. And I'll be annoyed. So I'm just really afraid of it deviating from that. The vision. Or I'm not able to do a late night stream and review the FNAF movie later today. That would also make me annoyed for my perfectionist. What's the vision? It's... Maka pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to... intimate with us. Maka trails off. I'm gonna keep saying that joke, chat. Even when it's side stories not involving these two, I'm still gonna say, be intimate with us, because I'm gonna keep hammering this joke. I'm beating this dead horse. Because, as you know, there's a lot of dead people in this game. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against the sheet of paper. Right the way into your heart. I think that's what you're trying to do. Is it to make the club that you need the most out of anyone? Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course. But I'm here to help you. Maka returns Sayori's smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. Even though I'll make you depressed and push you over the edge to kill yourself. We're really going to make this the best club ever. Perfectionist for fighting game combos, and then when plans don't happen, I get upset. Yep. Oh man, fighting games. I don't have, man. I'm not trying to rant for a second, but I just can't do fighting games because I don't have the coordination for them. You know, all these like complicated, combos and everything, and the fact that you have to be so precise and it comes down to millisecond frames, whether you nail the combo or someone combos you, I just don't have the patience for it. So fighting games, combo games, not for me. But that doesn't mean other people can't enjoy them, of course. Sayori nods and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought. Like one friend, every time we made a plan, 7 notifications, he kept flaking. That is annoying. Right. Somebody keeps flicking you, that can be annoying. And at some point, the amount of... I'm not trying to speak on this, trying not to bring in, negative energy in the world, but if you have a friend and they keep flaking on you 5, 6, 7, 10 times, right? At some point, you have to realize that, okay, when are they actually not going to flake and, stick to their word, right? Because I'm of the mindset, real friends out there will want to see you and do whatever they can to see you or talk to you. That's just how I always am. And I've always felt that. So I want to share that energy. And the one time he did go through, he left early and he would call me stuff I didn't like, so I dropped him. Yeah. I don't want to say what you should do because I feel like that's not my business at all. But that is something that I've always felt that, real friends, real people want to see you and talk to you and, talk to you and everything, is they'll make time for it. It's the same thing with, relationships as well, right? If, you're dating somebody and it's been weeks and you haven't seen each other, right? But you keep trying to make plans with them, but they keep flaking, they keep saying, no, I'm busy and everything, right? At some point, you have to realize that, okay, we haven't seen each other for weeks. This probably is not going to work, right? Because if you're actually in a relationship with somebody and they actually do care about you, they do want to see you, they're going to make time for it, no matter how big or small it is, no matter if it's high key or as low key as possible. They're going to make it happen because they care about you. And unfortunately, not everyone is like that, which is unfortunate. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner, and the only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home? You tell me, you're the president. Huh. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. So is that the end of part 1? Because we've been going for about an hour. Right? Because there's 6 of these. And the 7th one gets added. We've already been going for an hour, chat. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too. Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go on ahead. I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. That's alright. I just want some alone time. In that case, Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica. Good luck. Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. Falls asleep again. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed right about now. The club that I needed the most. I don't get it. I just want to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that. Because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. The person who's forced to be perfect. A perfectionist would say that. Maka suddenly noticed a folder on the floor by her desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope it doesn't have homework in it. Worried, Monica opens the folder to check. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Oh, God. I see chat talking, and I'll talk to chat in a second. But I'm just trying to read because I feel like we're getting to the end of part 1 of this story. So I'm just trying to wrap this up. Alright. So I'm sorry, I'll catch up to chat in a second. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent, it's so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, pluck, pluck every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. You're gonna die and you too. What? Okay. That huge tonal shift. And yes, this game's dark, but sheesh. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing from its clean roots. Caressing a final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I took in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, it's a barren wasteland, the fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy, and that is why I decided I must become the flower. Yeah, that is interesting wordplay. Becoming the flower. There's a line that I want to call attention to for a second. I'm trying to find it. 1 second. But these lines of saying, a lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. Pluck, 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 you're gonna die and you too. Let's say we're talking, and I feel like I could be reading into this way too much, but this is what the entire stream's all about. Find all the lore, find all the Easter eggs, get in this DLC side story stuff, find out everything. But to me, my brain immediately goes to that's a callback in the main game, how Sayori is very upbeat, very happy. They want to make others happy when they're really high in their depression and when they ultimately die. That's the, a lifetime of peace and nourishment. Well, that could be a callback to, being childhood friends with the character for all these years. Yanked away in an instant, them being hanged all of a sudden. They're yanked away from their life all of a sudden in an instant. And then you're going to die and you too. Well, that just spells it out. I'm probably thinking about that way too hard, but to find lore in games, whether it's Doki, FNAF, or anything, I've learned you have to think about that in that kind of way, and you have to really, really overanalyze everything you see. What the? Wait, Sayori? Alright, so that was part 1. Alright, so part 2 should have unlocked. There we go. Alright, we got new mail, we got pictures, okay. So let me catch up to chat for a second. So that was about an hour for part 1. Oh boy, I don't want to split this up. Oh man, but this might be taking a lot longer than I thought, unfortunately. All right, let me catch you with the chat for a second. Um, and I was pissed because one time he made the plan, but he said video games take priority in my life. That's unfortunate. And when he made the plan to play a game, he said it's just like how a new Shield just came out, and you don't want to watch it yet. It kept blocking my messages. I peeped the wordplay. You'll die, she said to Flower, but she will become one. Yeah. Is chat paused? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna change chat settings for a second. You should be able to chat just fine. There shouldn't be any restrictions. Huh. That's weird. But yeah, you should be able to chat just fine on my end. My message was too long for the PlayStation, I guess. Oh, okay. Because I was like, that's not an issue with Twitch because I know there's no restrictions in my chat when it comes to, right? Because previously, I didn't know I had some restriction where, oh, you have to wait like 90 seconds or something like that before you can send another message. And I turned that off. So I'm like, there shouldn't be any restriction to message on Twitch. Huh. All right. But, oh boy, this is going to take a while. It took an hour just to get through part 1. And I'm now calling a question, what Dan Salvato said, that in totality, these side stories are about like 50% of the main game, which is like, 2.5, 3 hours. If Trust Part 1 took about an hour, and then we have Part 2, then we have this, 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 and then Part 7. Unless Trust is very quick. All right, we have files, internal. Okay, that doesn't look like anything. Backup, meeting notes. I feel like, have we seen this before? Meeting over time. You know who went on too many tangents again. I need to be more assertive about staying focused. Disposable drive. All right. Oh, good. I hope none of this is lore because I don't have patience for that. See, unable to open. Okay. Oh God. Lurk. Oh God. It's one of these things where, in one of these folders, there's lore, but you just have to pick the right numbers each time. I hope that's not what it is because I don't have the patience for that. I know I said finding everything, but come on, chat. That's frustrating. Looking through 0 for 5, 3 separate times to find lore. Something is working on setting up a proxy mail server so we can have proper remote communication without something to worry about the higher ups. Keep everything offline until then, Paula. Attributions. Okay, that's just text. Reset. That just resets the game, the main game. Mail. All right. Let's read this. I'm on leave for the rest of the week. Contact Ravi if you need to schedule server time. But I expect my jobs to run for a few days since we collected so much data this week. How about we arrange a meeting to discuss the results when I return? Ive. Nice. All right, side stories. I unlocked this when we completed the main game, when we unlocked the side stories. I unlocked this email, but I intentionally waited to read this on stream. But thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to wait. Thank you to everyone who worked so hard on the control simulation. I can't imagine how tedious it must have been to so delicately. Okay, that's a little bit weird. Hide Monica's elevated permissions from her without disrupting our connection to the VM. Virtual something. Just to clarify, all the recordings labeled side stories are part of the control simulation, right? I'm noticing some details of the characters' lives here, and that differ a little bit from those in VM1, even trivial ones. Is it part of the butterfly effect from some of Monica's more fundamental changes? Or is it a result of her just messing around with the other characters in VM1 as her own experiment for fun? So Monica's changing stuff in side stories? So I'm keeping track. We have like 5 different universes in total? 6, and then 7. With 3 or 4 of them created and destroyed by Monica, of course. It's funny because I keep on to speculating on which one's the real universe, but in reality they all are, as real as ours is anyway. So Monica took over and destroyed like half of the side stories that we're currently playing as and looking at. She destroyed them and like changed stuff. Alright, this is new. Character discrepancy by Libitina. Probably not. Having run the control simulation for a while, it's evident that a certain character, Monica, is missing from any mention or appearance. Oh, not Monica. Libitina probably. Right? This makes you speculate that Monica's mailing is less clumsy than we think, because she would have to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character is such limited and disoriented personality traits, or am I reading too much into this? Oh, it's not Libitina. It's the main character. It's me. It's who you play as in the main game. That's the character they're talking about. Right? The character you play as and, talk and everything in the main game is not in the side stories. And like I said before, you're just spectating, you're just watching these characters interact. So that's the character they're talking about. So you were supposed to be in these side stories, but Monica, deleted you? Huh. Pictures. I feel like we've seen this. Alright. But they're new, I guess. Poems. Alright. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 5. So I guess the rest we'll get in the side stories. Cool. Here's some pictures from the base game. And just to show you, chat, that's not weird at all. What other ones do we see? This one. This one. Also, not in a weird position at all. No dirty thoughts, guys. Or that. Or that. I don't know if that's a wall or the floor, but I don't want to think about that. But these are wallpapers we unlocked because in order to unlock the side stories, you had to write perfect poems for Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. You didn't have to do with Monica because, as we know, when Monica breaks the game, it's just you and her. No matter what you pick, every single word is Monica, so you write the perfect poem, so it doesn't matter. So in order to unlock the side stories, you have to go 20 for 20, every single poem minigame on one of these characters. So in a run, you have to do all the Natsuki perfect words and all the poems. Then another run, you have to do Yuri. And then for dating, you had to go for Natsuki for the Natsuki run, for Yuri for the Yuri run, right? And Sayori, obviously you don't have a date with them, but anytime their name comes up for like a choice, like when Natsuki and Yuri were fighting a couple times, you always said oh, help me Sayori. So yeah, we unlocked those. Let's see. All right, secrets. This is something that I also unlocked. And I was planning on saying this for the end of the stream, but I guess since we're here and we're probably going to unlock more as we continue on with this, but can you hear me? Nothing is real. But this is the poem I was talking about, and I think it was part 1? Part 2. But they all blend together. They're 5-hour streams. But like I said, in either part 1 or part 2, there was a poem that you got, a secret poem, with all blacked out text, right? If you take this poem and you put it in like Photoshop and you brighten it up to all the way, that black text goes away and you actually see words, and it's like 3 or 4 paragraphs, and it's all talking about the secret project, Project Markov, with Libitina. End of stream, please. Oh. Okay, I guess we'll do the rest for end of stream. There's a few things I wanted to mention, but once again, it probably won't ruin anything because once again, I'm sure that we'll get a lot more, right? We're gonna get a lot more mystery stuff, but I guess we'll hold off until the very end. Begin this side story. I hope it's not an hour for part 2. But yeah, we'll come back to the hidden secret stuff right at the end. By the way, there's a lot more secret stuff that I know I got playing the game straight through to get unlocked the side stories. There's a lot more secrets I have that I haven't shown. So don't worry. And once again, I know there's going to be more than we unlock during these side stories. So we're good. Anyway, another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club task, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. The one about the pick and flower, I assume. I'm so stupid. You and me both. How did I let myself be the center of attention? That is not me. Sarah's going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. So much for the stupid vision. Is this about her depression? I don't know. Sarah enters the club room with a usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. You just killed me in the main game. But you're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all by myself. Even you said so yesterday. Huh? You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sarah responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sarah mutters her realization. I left my folder here. What is this? What is going on? Also, what folder? I'm just assuming this is related to Sayori's depression. I don't know if it's like doctor's notes on depression or what's in the folder, but I'm just assuming that's what it is, because otherwise, I have no idea what's going on. Maka stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. They do. True fact of life. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. I feel weird. I feel something bad's gonna happen. Right? Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Right, I'm leaning more and more towards the depression, because otherwise, what could this be? Right? The fact that she said selfish when she was talking about, oh, I'm so incredibly selfish when I have like this depression and everything. Like, what else can your brain go to if it's not referring to her depression? Maka massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Maka to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs for her friend. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would at least need to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Something's gonna happen. Alright, I just have a feeling something's gonna happen because that's what this game has taught me. It starts off normal and then things go wrong and get weird. Okay, I understand that you don't want me to worry, and I think I'll be able to put that aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Maka paused to collect her thoughts. This is the literature club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Maka returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about recruitments? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Start isn't so bad. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionism mind on this. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. And then you turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound good pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a collage where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way. But it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. So, this reminds me of the end of like the days, I guess, with the Monica's like writing tip of the day. This is what this reminds me of. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Maka pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Maka scribbles out the "you idiot" after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just, well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Maka rewrites, "You idiot." She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself for, and then I did that exact thing anyway. This is really going to take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Ma continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Maka's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, prepped with all of her random thoughts. Phew. Maka looks up and down at her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think I'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to really, really try hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay, let's do it. Maka and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so is the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they finally find more members. Is that it? Come on, that's gotta be it! We have to go through 6 of these. I'm kind of on a time crunch so I can see the FNAF movie. Anyway, another day passes. As usual, Maka is the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Maka and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to the one reading the girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely, common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. Really? You don't typically take a pen and stab into your chest, stab into your heart, and just go scribbles? You don't do that? I think I'm the only one, chat. Dismiss this story, then get ready to see your movie. I'm seeing the movie, and let's see, it's 10 o'clock. I think I'm seeing the movie playing for like 4 hours. So I would hope that this part does not take 4 hours, but we'll see. But the message being delivered is that that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at exercise of... I don't think you're bad at exercising just by the look of you, but was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is beginning to take form, but with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only become heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within a realm of comfort. The way you kept saying that you would hope you won't miss a movie you thought was an hour or two. No, we're fine. We're good. For right now, we're good. The stream can go for a while. I'm just saying that we've been going for an hour and a half already, and we're only through the first story yet, and there's 6 more to get through. So that's why I keep bringing up the FNAF movie, because I'm like, God, how long is this gonna take? Because I don't want another like 10-hour stream of Doki, because that's too much. That's why I was so pleased to hear that's like, oh, you know, all these side stories in total, it's like half the main game, which would be like 3 hours, but we're not even through the first one yet. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh. Why did I do that? Why did I take this drop of wet ink from a pen and trace it on my finger, and now my finger's dirty? Why did I do that? Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes, this is what I get for seeking perfection, a stain. Nice. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the red desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. Is she gonna fall asleep again? I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk and stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down at the adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. Huh? I can't do it. What's also the something else? I don't get it. I'm sorry. It's just so hard to just be vulnerable. Sayori takes a sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down and stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Just don't tell me about your depression. Because otherwise I'll use that against you and kill you. Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Oh boy, that's fun to read. Sayori? This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too. We don't want that negative energy. Because you're like 1,000,000 times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because the promise yesterday, I want to. It feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you, more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Where Monica's own futile but genuine efforts, actually the push that Sayori needed. Sayori deliberate breaths. Can't talk for a second. Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. And I was a little bit selfish, not telling your friends, like the close ones, to you, like what's really going on with you, because they probably want to help you. Instead of carrying that burden on your own shoulders and not speaking out about it. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori paused again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think, just feels like it'll be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I keep feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Maka feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was just so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Maka steps forward, but if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. If you'd like. Nice. Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that all of the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. Sheesh. This is crazy. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now. So, she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offered a few words of comfort. But she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong, and Maka can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them like any good friend would do, which is true. The good, true friends out there only want to see you at your best and never want to see you hurt, and if you are hurt, they want to uplift and bring you back up. You have so much value. To me, and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never get any other members, I still would be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Maka feels her gentle nod. No more words are needed between them. That's gotta be the end, right? I feel like that's a good way to end off, because it's called Trust is the story. The two share their embrace for a while longer. Maka letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. That would have been a good way to end it. Come on, game. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me, but any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way that they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Which is a fair, good point. Sayori nods. It's scary. Since it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course it'll always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage to do it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. And hungry. Huh. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Maka smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door caused the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. Is it Yuri? A face that seems familiar. The girl with the book that they went to. It's Yuri, isn't it? Right, it's Yuri. Right? Can we agree on that, chat? The face peering through the door with the flyer. It's Yuri. Right? Because Yuri's like shy and everything. Because let's face it, Natsuki is not, doing this, very like peering out through the corner on a door. They're storming in because, they're, I don't want to say aggressive, but they're more, what's the word? They're more assertive with what they want. I think is the best way to put it. We quite literally know it's Yuri. I just want to be sure, right? All right, so that's trust done. All right, so I guess the next one is understanding with Yuri and I'll say Natsuki. It's Yuri and Sayori. And does this take place right after, like, it picks up immediately afterwards, or is this like completely different the timeline? I don't know, but all right, but hour and a half. And we got through one complete story. So by logic then, 3 hours, 4.5 hours, 6 hours, 7.5 hours, 9 hours, and then 11 hours part 7. Oh boy. All right. Let's go to Yuri now. Right? I don't know if it like immediately picks up where we left off, or this is like completely different, timeline and everything. We'll see. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted. Oh, I guess that answers my question. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Yep, there she is. So I guess Monica just leaves because she's not part of the story at all. It's just Sayori and Yuri. So Monica, leave. Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica, "It's her, it's the girl." It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in a classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? Oh, sorry, my camera is blocking. Hold on, 1 second. Is that better? Right? I feel like this is a better place to put it. Oh no, we maybe move to the top right, but we'll see. But hey, at least you can see Yuri. I didn't expect them to be blocking, my camera to be blocking them. But anyway, am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This literature club, please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sarah continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening, oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming in. Sorry this is a little empty. I'm Monica and this is Sayori, and we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Everyone is welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh? Do you want to have a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. Alright, I don't know where to put the camera. I feel like I'm going to put it on the bottom somewhere just because I did not expect my camera to be blocking the top screen. But we'll see. Yuri. I'm Sayori and this is Monica. Sayori, nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Like books? Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy's cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabelle DuPont? I can't say I have. Oh, well, she's my favorite author. Is that a real person, or is that something they just made up for the game? Let me see. Sorry. Annabelle DuPont has 2 books on Goodreads. Okay. I don't know if that's a real person or not, but I just know a quick search of Google Images. Excuse me. A quick search of Google, type in Annabelle DuPont. One of the Google images that come up is this game mentioning her. It's a screenshot of Annabelle DuPont of the game mentioning it. So I don't know if it's a real person or if it's someone that the game made up, but no idea. Can't confirm or deny. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my books. I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Maka stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri, taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. Sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy that I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably only need to bring 1 for now. Sari nervously says that, nodding to herself. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri set down on her desk. True. Okay, I'll get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I mean, has it been intense? Nothing's happened. They just talked about that this is my favorite author and I read fantasy books. That's it. So I wouldn't say that's that intense. I have like no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. A little, yeah. She's more into the science experiments cult with Portrait of Markov. I'm sure it'll be fine. I like top left camera. Yeah, me too. And that is what I used for the Doki streams in the past. But if Yuri's gonna be in the top left, right, I don't want my camera to be blocking her. So we'll see. If it goes back to, Sayori and Yuri, because as we know, Monica's not in this story, then maybe I move it back up to top left. But for right now, Yuri's kind of blocking the top left. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn more from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is our only interest? Doesn't it seem like that? Maka, don't you think you should be more optimistic? Fair point. You're the club president, you don't have many members, and you're trying to shut someone out who wants to join. We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty, I just got really anxious all of a sudden. Why are you here? It's a Sayori and Yuri story. Why are you here, Monica? Leave. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. She's also a perfectionist, so it makes sense. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me with the administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yes! Then I can move the camera back to the top left, maybe. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm probably going to need all the time I can get. Okay, I'll catch you later then. Have a good one, bro. Alright, see ya. Enjoy. I'll always be here. Hat pats. Virtual hat pat. She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which combined with her short time gone, indicates she may have at least ran a little part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on the desk. Just as Sayori feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size compared to the one already on Yuri's desk. Honestly, I don't know where to move the camera. Should I move it top right? I don't want to keep flipping the camera. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Sayori nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking maybe today we just get to know each other a little bit more. I think if we're going to be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh? Okay. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying any attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. Yeah, because you're more focused on books rather than people, so it makes sense. I only found out because Yuri glanced over at Monica. Monica? Monica came into my classroom and put the flyer on my desk. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid I got too nervous and couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days just to come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that I was probably irrational. Wait. No, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too, such as there being too many people. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Aw, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So, I thought the literature club would possibly provide a chance for me to do that. What kind of things are you into? Like genres? I don't know, just anything. Even if it's not literature. Well, Sayori, maybe Yuri shouldn't tell of her second interest, considering you have depression. And so let's see. Sayori has depression. Yuri has a very weird attachment to knives and cutting themselves. They get together, share a common interest. Things will go wrong. I'll just say that. Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sayori pauses, a look of concern on her face. How about I tell you about something I'm into, then you can tell me about something you're into? I suppose that would be okay. Okay, well, I'm pretty into crafty things, like making cute little collages or decorating things like cards or jewelry boxes. That's new. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but then I put it off till the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much. It's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors, glue, and stuff. Nice. So, I have to share something that I'm into now? Right? Sayori nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm gonna start a nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. Am not. Oh, yeah? Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. Oh, I'm sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having got cut off. I like going out in the woods or the park, just places where you can walk or sit and not have any people around. It's peaceful. It does sound peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do if you don't let it slip through your fingers. The three continue the conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Monica intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work which that's what the game was promoting, as just Yuri and Sayori. But she found it difficult not to join in. Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are you going to be staying on that book the next club meeting? Oh, staying on the book because Yuri needs to be even taller. So, are you two going to be starting on that book the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams, Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Maka with a gentle smile. Bye! Bye! Once again, chat, I have to exaggerate stuff when it's that long text. That's the rule we're playing as. We did that with the base game. As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the club room. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels really nice when I can put my energy towards other people like that. She was really excited to be included, you know. It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here, with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with our next meeting? Kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think it'll do great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with someone new to look forward to. Alright, so I'm learning Fade to Black is kind of like, what? The halfway point for these stories? So if fades once, it lets me know, okay, we're kind of halfway done with the side story. I don't know. Alright. Because once again, I don't want to split it up to another stream. But we've already been going for 2 hours, and we're just starting the second story. And there's 6 of them. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she's surprised to find only Sayori in the club room. It's club time again. Maka went to the computer lab, so it's just us today. Is that okay? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. Okay. Now that it's them two, and Maka's gone, I'm gonna move my camera. Sorry. Alright. I don't want to keep moving the camera, right? I want to keep it consistently like this, but it just depends. I just don't want it to be blocking any of the characters or any of the poems. Because no, previously this square box wasn't cropped. It was like showing more of the room, but it was blocking some of the text on the poems. That's why I cropped it. Anyway, you guys don't care. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of what exactly Yuri's talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited about sharing my books and how you'd have to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. It is also a literature club, so talk about books makes sense. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Why? Because I know that you're just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested. But if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided. I'll join the club so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. What phone? Alright. Well, the thing is, we don't have to share any club activities yet. Sorry about that pause. I should have paused stream, but didn't ask my phone to take that long. Anyway, I mean, Monica and I have just been working as recruitment stuff mostly. So, It just sounded like something fun that we could do together, reading your books. You know, like as a club activity. That would be okay, right? Why am I being so restrained to this anyway? It's exactly what I want in the first place. And you're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sierra pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. I assume it's the Book of Markov or Portrait of Markov. The book we were reading in the base game. So, seems like a lot of the character traits in the main game are the same here. Sayori still has the depression and want to make others happy and hide the depression from other people because they don't want to feel bad for her, right? And care for her. And then Yuri is very apologetic about everything. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book, Portrait of Markov. Dusk Bell. Never mind. Part 1 of the Everlast saga. It's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right. I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, FNAF lore, family trees, or just for taking notes. Notes? I mean, yes, that's an effective strategy. Exactly. I'm sure it'll be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Thanks, Yuri. Sayori's joke flew completely over Yuri's head, but thinking about it, she decides that it's probably the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. Oh, please. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but you can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things that I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. That should be evident enough from the 2 days I've spent here so far. So in my eyes, it's everyone else who wants to come off as smart. Especially you. No! Sarah rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. True. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sayori through the basics of the fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, the factions, the history, elements of magic, the more questions Sayori seems to have. But despite Sayori's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through in a way that's so fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just like putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. You're into poetry? I think that there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry or folk songs. No way. Heh. Yuri giggles, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can get started reading now, if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Oh, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something that I pride myself in. I see. Sayori jots Yuri's patient into her notes. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sayori flips through the first few pages of the book, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. I hope I don't have to read the book like bar for bar. Please, chat. I already have to read for 2 hours. And more. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. But the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Oh, well, in this context, it essentially means that he was proven innocent. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? Mm-hmm. A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. But the tables have turned. Wait, are you talking about the past right now? Or the present? Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnes is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. But her reduction in questions comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. I think we'd stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gotten through so far. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and to keep doing my best so I can see it the way that you do. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri gently gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses, then shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. But, I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore, that's all. Wait, what? I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You aren't making me. Sayori's left alone with the words. How did this happen? We were just having fun a second ago. It's my fault. I said someone stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Maka trusted me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at and I still mess it up. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. Oh, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smarter, she would have been so much more fun. I need to do better for her. Alright. Oh man, I don't want to end this early. Oh man, this is taking way longer than I thought. As annoying as it is. Alright, well, because we're going for 2 hours, and each story is about over an hour. So, man, it's definitely not 50% of the main game to do all of these. So, I don't know about that. Dan Salvato and Team Salvato as well. I don't know about that, saying that the side stories are about 50% of the runtime of the main game. We're already 2 hours in. And we're like, what? Not even a third of the way done? For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the club room. Not Yuri or Monica. It's Natsuki. No, Natsuki's later. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's gonna leave such a bad impression on new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Well, I got some news for you, Monica. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? I thought she was gonna appear in the club room and she'd be like, wait, where's Yuri? Yuri jumps to the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm sorry I was late. You don't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room's open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window, then looks away. Actually, I was wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica's utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of a sudden, where she was eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Sayori sitting alone inside. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica's worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict they may have risen. It's a little ironic. She realized she could have been so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make copies of this new flyer, then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. So they're just leaving Sayori by herself. Way to leave the depressed girl by herself in a room and probably feeling down on herself, and you see them sitting alone. Great. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Maka finds it quite difficult to strike up conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up on anything more. Maka tenses up the stinting conversation? I don't know. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to... sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Whoops. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But, you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes in the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so good that you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about it. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it. And I'm stupid for forcing her onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started her thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence and then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly, I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you're welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club, it's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Monka pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs for the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join the club, hopefully, anyway. And learn about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with the club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course. I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How is it so easy for everyone else? How do you just make conversation about any arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people and I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into that third category. She what? Hold on. You're saying that Sayori's taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through something that kind of discomfort just because they just pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stepped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Maka looks at Yuri. Yuri looks down with her fist clenched. I think you should tell her that. I could never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori, it's different. Oh, is different. Not it's different. Because obviously Yuri's not Sayori. We move on. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry I'm making myself sound so... Well, that's true though. I mean, any relationship, friendship, companionship, anything where it involves two people, if one person is putting in all the effort, right, and the other person's doing nothing, that's not a companionship. That's a, one-sided dictatorship. I'm sorry, I'm making myself around so... No, I think I'm starting to understand. Maka hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori wouldn't be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness. Further, it's usurpating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other's better. Sayori wants to be your friend. I promise that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori She has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just, it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri paused to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless, and the exact opposite of thoughtful. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session, but I understand now that I need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds in herself to meet Monica's gaze, return a shy smile on her own. Oh, that would be a weird way to end it. But as you know, when it's fading to black, that's not over yet. Yuri and Monica finished replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monica did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never going to feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri starts toward the door, but then turns to face Monica. You're not just going to walk outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? What is this? I mean, is school even going on? Right? If so, how can you get coffee? Actually, I prefer tea. I have to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although, I suppose that one downside of reading here in the club, rather than at home, I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that has nothing to do with this. Now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. They eventually do. The teachers don't care. You can use like an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Maka waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done, because we don't want Sayori to die yet. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri? Wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Sayori shovels a bunch of papers around. Great start. Yuri stammers her words, suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayori's been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got most of the paper through it. Oh, I got most of the way through it. And look. Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes beautifully preceded with indentations, categories, even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri pressed her fist against her forehead. Please, stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was expecting. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No. It's me. I kept putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together that you really like, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees, her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Not at all. This has gone terrible. Why is it so hard just to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with eternal accusations as she shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should leave. Just escape from here before Monica sees her like this, before Sayori tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind, because Sayori likes hugs. There we go. That is also not awkward whatsoever. This photo can definitely not be taken out of context. Even though they're all 18, this cannot be taken out of context. I'm just saying. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through a clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand the things you're feeling your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that you must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So, I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together. Okay? Yuri snubbles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose herself, and then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests, but because my interests are the only things that I know how to talk about, it's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with other people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great at helping me when we were reading. So I'll help you with things that you need too. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me. But I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I would have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my rational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way that you could frustrate me because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise that it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and have different interests. Like about the book, I'm reading it because I want to. I promise. That's what I really want. It's a little bit of a struggle, but try not to make try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we can never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart. And I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile on that comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have oh man. Alright, let me try to say that again. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair is so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. It's a weird segue, but okay. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Once again, it's the same thing with the Sayori Monica hug and everything. Like, you have a resolution with that photo and everything. Everything's all calm. That's when the story should end, right? This stuff shouldn't happen, in my opinion. I know it's leading up and segueing to the next story and leaving a cliffhanger, but it feels like it's a nice resolution. I don't know. Mainly because I just want to finish this. I'm doing a time crunch. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course. I'm not going to judge anything this early on, though. So, we'll just see what happens. Oh, and, it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Valid. Valid. Probably one of the most valid things to say in this entire game. Main game or DLC. That. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying that it's very weird for someone you don't know much, you haven't seen that often, they're still kind of an acquaintance, they're not really a friend yet, to just randomly touch you all over. Yeah, that's kind of weird, especially without consent. I was just saying, I'm back. Maka's back. I haven't seen you, like, at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monica. She whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. Oh, yeah, Yuri. It might be good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster. Yeah, they kind of already saw that. Ah. Hey, don't call me a monster. Autonomous is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Huh. Yuri laughs. Maka perplexedly looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying the reading so far. It's like our first real activity as a literature club. About that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interest. I think that it would be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn about the things that you like. Yes. Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. Is that the end? Okay. I mean, is that much of an ending? Or would you have much rather have it the ending where they're understanding, you have, let me find the photo. Or does this seem like more of a complete resolution ending for the understanding story? I don't know. I mean, at least with Trust Part 2, it's set up that Yuri was going to show up. This one is dealing with Respect and Natsuki. Huh. Alright. So Natsuki's here now. So we are, so after the Natsuki one, we are officially halfway done. And we've already been going for 2.5 hours. I really don't want to break this up to a part 2, but I literally feel like we'll have to. Right? I feel like we'll have to break it up to a part 2 because I didn't expect it to take this long. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I expected us to be about done, right, at this point. Like around 2.5 hour mark, I expected us to be either doing the 6th one or starting the 7th one or be completely done by this point. That's what I was expecting, but it's a lot longer than I expected. All right. So let's go to Respect. All right. Let's bring in Natsuki. Natsuki definitely needs to learn Respect and not be as assertive. So this one should be interesting. It's been several weeks since the club has officially started. Through their initial setbacks, the 3 club members so far, Monica, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased their collective bond within the club. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the clubroom door opening. Alright, this should be interesting. And in walks a girl none of them have seen before. Hi. Sayori tugs excitedly at Monica's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. If you guys have never seen Doki Doki Literature Club and you have no idea who these characters are, well, first of all, now we have all 4 in the same room for the first time. But also, as far as like personality goes, of what Yuri's like, what Sayori's like, and what Monica's like, and what Natsuki's like, that sentence right there is very clear and tells you what each character is like. Monica being the leader, I guess. Sayori being very eager, and Yuri wanting to hide herself and just dismiss from people. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. Come in and sit down somewhere. You can sit next to my desk. Sayori prints over to her desk and palms it. Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki silently glances between everyone, then sits down next to Sayori. Monica follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound so bad after all. Okay, then how about we all introduce ourselves? Okay. Well, I'm Monica. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading or whatever other kind of literature. You know, I figured it was your club. You have that vibe. Oh man, it's been a while, Natsuki, even though it's been like a week in real time. But the last one that I've seen, I have what vibe? Oh, like, never mind. I'm not going to judge people I just met like that. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard. Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Natsuki giggles. I'm Sayori. I just like learning more about everyone and making friends. Oh, and I also like poetry. Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. I'm an adult. Well, they're all 18, so technically... The sound of Yuri's electric kettle steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. Sayori lowers her voice. She's kind of shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her. Well, I guess it leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Alright. Nothing to do with literature, right? Oh, let's get ice cream. My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough or maybe chocolate. It's cookie dough. And Monka's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. What's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking. I have no idea for Yuri. Still, it's pretty chill here because we were talking about ice cream. So we're all just in a freezer. Do you like hang out or do you actually do club stuff? Oh, well, we do club stuff too. It's just hasn't been very structured yet since we only have 3 members. So we kind of just loosely spend our time doing stuff that we like. But I keep thinking it's about time that we start with some more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. Well, with that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you'd like the club to get into? Manga! Oh, well, I guess I'm a literature. Well, I like manga. Manga? Hey, why'd you say it like that? Heh, I want to read manga in the club. Wait, hold on a second. That sounds so great. Like, after all, I've been doing all this. Yuri turns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which she sets down on an empty desk. After all, of the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, you just don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean simple like that. Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kind of literature that you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you ever considered the anime club? Are you serious? I'm not going to join the anime club. It's full of, what, guys? Weird guys. Hey, not all guys are weird that watch anime. Okay. I'll say that. Once again, I guess my knowledge of anime is very limited. The only anime I've experienced is Naruto. But like I've gone on multiple times, that anime is more accepted in today's pop culture world than it was like 10 years ago, which is great. It's now cool to like anime, I guess. But B, if I'm gonna watch one and only anime my entire life, Naruto is not a bad choice in my opinion. but we'll see. Come on, is that a big of a deal? Manga is literature, right? I mean, I guess if you consider the literal definition of literature, then technically, I get it. Look, I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I please just join? I won't bother anyone. If I can, just like keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll do literally whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed into my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay? Natsuki stands up. Need some help? Nah, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker anyway. If you say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out. Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri slipping her tea. I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Plus, I mean, what are you going to do, Monica? Kick them out when, now that you have 3 people, kick them out when you're struggling to have even 1 person in the club? Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she has like no actual interest in literature, you know? And that's normally fine, but she said she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Her tea's gonna get cold. Yeah. Wait, that's not related. Well, I think everyone deserves a chance, especially if we bring her happiness. Is it just me? Or if you blindly didn't know the game whatsoever, you didn't know how the game went, you would think that Sayori is the president and the one leading charge of the literature club, not Monica, right? Sayori is the one that's being like the leader here. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature. Are you sure you just don't want to read her manga, Sayori? Hey, who do you think I am? Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about this. Do you have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't going to bother anyone. That includes me, so... Does that mean I bother you? No. You're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. Nice. I know. But still. I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah. Alright. But I really am going to start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly, the 3 of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? It was Natsuki kicking the door into pieces with their anime collection. She saw some kicks from anime and she wanted to see if she can do them in real life. Sari stands up and walks over the door and then opens it. Thank you. Carrying these boxes of what presumably manga, Natsuki grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as she can. That's quite a collection. Sayori giggles in excitement, while catching her breath, Natsuki replies, "There's still 1 more box. I can just put them away myself. I know how to organize them." Monica anxiously glances between Sayori and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she really needs to really kick the club into gear, but before everyone gets too complacent, it seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. At the Nuts Club meeting, Monica is the first one to arrive. But ever since Natsuki joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Monica paces trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? Monica, have you ever considered looking yourself in the mirror? Because you have different interests? When you're just telling Sayori and Yuri how this is a literature club, you all have different interests, you're all different people, and you all like different things. Kind of being a little bit of a hypocrite, Monica. While Monica thinks, the club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monica forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monica awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation, but fails. Curious, she peeks in the closet where Natsuki is stashing all the manga. Once dull with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant with bright colors and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelf is pretty empty. Maybe we could keep it up there. I can't reach up there. That would be so inconvenient. Yeah, but... Monica sighs. The teacher's gonna ask what all this manga is gonna do here. Oh, the teacher's gonna ask what all this manga is doing in here, and I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So? Monica backs off and slumps into a desk. With this kind of tension, it feels like their last atmosphere, accumulated over the past weeks, is being sucked right out of the room. Good afternoon. Sari spins in the club room. Oh, I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah. Besides, I have this. Sari brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic. Why? I know Sari's hungry, but why? I found some money and I got a cookie. Oh, that's so pretty. As Sari trots over to the closet, the colorful shelves catch her eye. Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by giving me a bite of that cookie. No way. I saved up all my luck to find that money. If you want entry into my kingdom, you need to pay the tax, peasant. This is great. Boo! Boo! Oh, we have fun here. Defeated, Sari unwraps her cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Then, Yuri silently walks into the club room. Maka glances at her with pleading eyes. Yuri turns a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Yeah, Natsuki, once again, is very assertive. Carries a lot of energy around her. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it would be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good, everyone? I agree. Okay. No one else agreed. It was just, we agree. All right, cool. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone's interests. Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Except that idea is stupid, Sayori. Something tells me that. Mako glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try to come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally. You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. Well, that's probably not going to work. Natsuki only cares about anime and manga. Yuri cares about, you know, horror and fantasy, long read books. Sari cares about poems. Monica, I don't know what you read. So you entirely have different interests. So that's not going to work at all. I think we shall collectively try to expand our interests rather than just stick to the things that we're all familiar with. Even though Natsuki just told me yesterday that the only thing they'll read is manga and nothing else. Why does he feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say that you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah, but that doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I like Sayori's suggestion. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but Sari's just a big dumb idiot, and she can't think for herself, and I'm the president, so I can do what I want. Maka's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Maka finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. See? Maka is once again a perfectionist. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, you mean Monica, then why should Monica have to yield to Natsuki's opinion anyway? She just kick her to the curb, right? Natsuki, are you sure you don't have any other literature interests you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if you keep your manga collection here, but Natsuki cuts Monica off by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious I'm not wanted here, so I'm just gonna leave. But I really would have appreciated you being more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're jumping to conclusions here. I mean, is she? Is she really jumping to conclusions, Monica? Because you kept saying, no, look, Natsuki, I know you said yesterday that you only read manga, you only care about anime, you would not read anything else, right? Like, the only thing you read is manga, that's it, set in stone, you're not changing that. I know you said that yesterday, but would you consider reading a fantasy horror book that Yuri likes? Right? I mean, not really jumping to conclusions. But you're free to do whatever you want. Natsuki shoots Maka a quick glare before walking straight out the room. Great job, Miss President. Oh no. Sari runs after, leaving just Monica and Yuri. For the second time today, Maka slumps down into a desk. Why am I such a jerk? Fair question. No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way. People don't think rationally when they're emotional. Maka looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. Not even gonna take her side. She probably just went around looking for the smallest club she could find, so she just doesn't have to participate. Monica, you are very set in your ways. Man. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? I mean, it doesn't seem like you have any respect for her. So, how can you expect her to respect the club when you don't give her the respect back? Am I wrong, Yuri? Yes. I'm not good at these things. But Monica, you're being a bit of a prick. Or a B word, but I'm keeping it monetization friendly. Monica sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. You know, like, people just join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So, maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Even though we have very few members, it was very hard for me to get any members to begin with. They don't fit what I'm going for, so let's kick them out. Maka sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem to want to add anything. You can go back to the reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. It does? How? All because the club. Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace has been disturbed. True. Oh? It's probably why you like reading in libraries and empty classrooms, Yuri. Well, great. I'm just ruining the whole club then. Yeah. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. No, Yuri, it is. I know. I'm sorry. Yuri, it is an accurate conclusion. You're just being nice. I'm kind of just voicing my frustration and, I guess, guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Because you never looked at yourself in the mirror. Ugh. Why is it the hardest to be rational during the times you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. No, they kind of are being irrational. Right? They kind of are being irrational. I think Natsuki is... She has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. So this is a dictatorship. Literally. This is a dictatorship now. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely indebted to you. What the heck is this? What is this game? Right? We went from a democracy where, oh, everyone has a common interest. Everyone, Monica was like, being the moderator, how, Sayori and Yuri have different interests. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own interests. But nowadays, when it's dealing with Monica, now it's all of a sudden a dictatorship. And if the interests don't align, you immediately kick them out. Because they're not good enough. We're just too high maintenance. What the heck is this? Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even storing it for her should make her completely indebted to you. Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and has no place here? I mean, once again, if you're going for a dictatorship, which it sounds like you are, do you not feel the same way? So Yuri wants a dictatorship. You've been doing everything you can to avoid associating the club with it. So I assume you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Even though I literally kicked someone out because they did not share an interest that I had. Well, recalling our confrontations with Natsuki, a realization starts to set in. You may be right. We want a dictatorship. Off with manga, off with anime. If it doesn't go through the stamp approval of Yuri and Monica, it's not allowed here. And if it doesn't belong, you don't belong. Alright, it's a dictatorship. Praise Monica. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything besides manga, would I really be acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. The side, Maka walks over to the closet. She picks out a jerry can and a lighter and lights it on fire, even though the door is wooden. She finds herself staring at the clover shelves, grabs a lighter, grabs a jerry can. It's just, this really isn't what I wanted in mind. This really wasn't what I had in mind for a club about literature, so I must burn it to the ground. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that, but I must destroy what is against this dictatorship. I'm gonna keep saying this joke. Maka starts to defend her position once again by burning it. It's a complicated issue that Maka had failed to consider before and now. Where is the line even drawn at what's considered literature? By showing everyone what isn't literature. By showing the aftermath of the burned closet and letting Sayori, letting Natsuki, letting any other club members know, including me in the real game, showing the burned closet of the burned anime, letting them know, hey, if you bring in any anime into this club, this collection and you will be put on a spike and you will be burned. How dare you bring in non-literature into a literature club? Dictatorship Monica rules. Lost in thought, she reaches into a big jerry can and a lighter. She reaches into one of the larger box sets that's contained a lighter. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep saying this joke. And pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features 4 girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. as if that's not the cover of the game we're playing. Yeah, I mean, amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monica opens the book. Right? That's what it is. It's four anime girls in poses, which is literally, let me pull this up. It's literally this, right? Four anime girls in positions, all wearing, short skirts. That's what it is. Also, music? Why are you not playing? Thank you. That was weird. I think I didn't have the music on because I was doing the, oh yeah, I had the music off when I was doing the run-throughs of the game to get all of these side stories. That's right. And I didn't want to hear the music non-stop because you have to play multiple playthroughs. But yeah, that's what it is. All right, return to the desktop. All right, that one was slightly quicker. I say slightly because we are at the 3-hour mark. Let's see. Did we do Respect Part 2? Right? We did Respect Part 2, right? I can't remember. It just occurred to me I can't remember if we did Respect Part 2 or not. Let's see. Oh, we didn't. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. For 3 hours, we didn't have any music until we do now. All right, but that's just a tad too loud. Hold up 1 second. No, we don't want it in Japanese, otherwise we would not be able to read anything. Oh, wow. That's awkward. There's been music playing for 3 hours, and we had it muted. Whoops. All right. Do we continue going? Right. All right. Part of me wants to continue going because I mean we did part 1, but we're in part 2 now. Right. But we go for 3 hours. Jesus. All right. I'm gonna take for a pause for a second, and I'm gonna think about what we do. So I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back. Sorry for the wait. Alright, so I think this is the game plan. So we've been streaming for 3 hours. This was not the plan whatsoever. Like I said, I expected this entire stream to do all the side stories, including the secret 7th one, to take 3 hours in total. We've been going for 3 hours, and we're only in part 2 of the 3rd one. So we have 3 more to go, and then an extra coming our way. So, unfortunately, I have to pause the stream, right? But to do the other ones later on. But I'm not pausing the stream yet. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this part 2, right? Because I don't want to leave a huge cliffhanger where it's like, oh, we only get part 1, but we don't finish part 2 yet. So we're gonna finish part 2 with music on, actually. Sorry about that for 3 hours, but we're gonna finish part 2, and then that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna end stream. We're gonna go see the FNAF movie, and then maybe when we come back, we continue on and we do the other 3 stories. All right, this sucks. You tell me. I was not expecting this stream to be going this long and to break up in parts. But I guess it's kind of poetic because I expected my first playthrough of the real game. I expected that all to be in one go, and then I had to break it up. So, that's just my luck with this game. Why is Monica such a jerk? She should be grateful that I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. True. Monica's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. Fair point. So, what if I'm into manga? Why can't just one person accept that instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on, that's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you. I know. Thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want to talk to Monica? I don't know. It's not like it's gonna change your opinion of me. Like, if you were to convince her to back off, that wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm usually welcome in the club. I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. It's just our president kind of kicked you out because you have different interests. But no, don't leave. We can figure this out, please. I mean, I'm the vice president and all, or at least I think I am. Alright, sorry about that pause. I just want to make sure that my mic is recording. And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome and to be happy. So, I want to make that happen for you. I was wondering, what was the reason that you decided to join the literature club? Well, Atsuki hesitates. It's kind of dumb. Don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. Yeah. You were to me. Once again, like I've said, Sary's more of a president than Monica. So, just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monica. I promise. She probably is gonna tell everyone. I'm tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy all the stuff that I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care about what anyone else thinks, but, you know, the signs for the literature club said that you can be at yourself or whatever. So, I thought it was at least worth a shot, but that was a lie apparently. Natsuki dejectedly kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall. Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monica? Because she was being so judgmental that I didn't. Just want to tell her something she wanted to hear. Fair point. Don't do that, right? Don't change who you are and don't change like what you like or what you believe in, your interests. Don't change that for other people's happiness. Be yourself. And if people don't like you for you, then, you know, screw them. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. And if she knew I was into writing, then she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in favor of the more mature thing, which would be writing. The two of them remain silent for a moment. Sayori understands that it's out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room for today, at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. It's part of the club vision for her to be welcome. You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm gonna do everything I can to fix this. I promise. Well, apologies for not having music for the first 3 hours. But, I mean, the music is different than the main game. I don't know. Depends on how you feel about it. It's lunchtime the next day. Cafeteria and hallways are busting with students rushing to meet with their friends and make the most out of their limited break time. I know it's a bustling, but bustling is funnier to say. Where could she be? Among them is Monica, who always eats lunch in her classroom, but she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, for obvious reasons, not feeling wanted, Monica decided to try and find her during lunch so that she can make amends. After searching for an extremely extensive time, Monica finds her. Oh, yeah. After an extensive time, Monica finds her. That's what it said. Anyway, despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps her stand out from the crowd. Really? It feels like everyone in this game has like bright hair. Like Yuri has, I mean, it's dark, but it's very, hard to miss, dark blue, purple hair. Natsuki has like the bright pink hair. Sayori has it's like a bright orange red hair. Maka's like the only one that's like normal, like brunette. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's bright hair helps stand out from the crowd. Right? It kind of is like brunette-ish. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Maka is afraid to get closer. Natsuki is with friends whom Maka doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. Probably about manga. But it's too low of your standards, Monica. It would be really tactless to just interrupt them. Oh yeah, did you end up joining that literature club or what? I don't know who's talking. These are all new characters. So, Of course I joined. Why wouldn't I? I told you she would join. Come on. You know she only joined because you wouldn't stop giving her crap about the anime club. What is this? Right, because these characters are not in the game. It's just, in the base game, it's Natsuki, Monica, Sayori, and Yuri. So these characters are completely new. Is one of them Livatina? I told you, I never wanted to join that stupid club. Oh, sure. Well, you would have to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally grow past that trash. Very true. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. What is this? Shut up, just let me do my thing. I'm just joking, you know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy her book. What, you're gonna buy her smutty fan fiction? Well, obviously, I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown up out of it by now? I told you I was joking. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far you come since then. Not to mention you couldn't have done it without us. That gives us a pass to joke about it. These don't feel like friends. I'm just gonna say this outright, don't feel like friends. Yeah, sure. They grow up so fast, it brings a tear to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why do I have to be so conflict avoidant? Not that I deserve to say anything. I'm hardly better than them after the way I treated her. Yeah, true. I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. No, that is true though. Monica is on the same tier as them. Once again, they don't feel like friends. As her school ends, Monica distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monica picks a desk out and stumps onto it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I'd be club president. Sayori's just so much better at my job, and I can't do it. I suck at handling anything that doesn't go exactly my way, because I'm a perfectionist, and this is a dictatorship. Yuri looks up from a book. It's like the literature club is a place where you get to express yourself, unless it's a way I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. Yeah, that's true, right? She's not wrong. At least she's self-aware right now, which, as we know, in the base game, she is self-aware. And I'm especially mad that I didn't have these self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. There's just a lot on my mind. No. I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. Why? Oh. Well, okay. I guess I'll just continue then. Why does Benton make her nice? I don't know. Yuri nods. Why? Yeah. Well, Natsuki's kind of a blunt attitude, you know? And you don't? You don't have a blunt attitude? You literally kicked her out, right? And said manga and anime's beneath you, your interest, because your interest didn't align with hers. That's not being blunt. It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even offer out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch, and they were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that the literature club would help her grow out of her manga. Which is what you've told her. It just made me so mad. Like, just let her enjoy it. It makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? It's as if it's not a big shot in the mirror, Monica. And when I had that thought, it was when I realized, I came to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing. Oh, you weren't kind of doing the same thing. You were literally one for one, bar for bar, doing the same thing. So much so, you took a jerry can and a lighter and lit the anime on fire. Because it's a dictatorship. In a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something, but I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri. When you first joined the club. You did? Yeah. Because they were having the conversation about, oh, Sayori's only trying to read the book because it's what would make Yuri happy and everything. And Mako was the moderator. But now, Mako's doing the exact same thing. Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I kind of was just trying to dismiss it. But then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't. Because I just let Sayori handle it instead. And now I'm repeating the same mistake, except I really hurt someone this time. Monica shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I can just picture how much joy it would bring Natsuki if I just let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm gonna get them back for it. Get them back? Yeah, we know how Monica gets people back and gets what she wants as revenge, right? We know what she does. She goes into the game files and kills them. So, is that what you mean, Monica, by get them back? Yeah, I'll get them back by making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Because they're not going to be alive for much longer to see it. Suddenly, Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump. With a rare, stern face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits down next to her. I'm having an intervention. I can do that because I'm vice president. Is this about Natsuki? Yes. Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it. Really? I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened and probably just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of what the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her. Oh? Yay, I did it. Huh. Thanks for the intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page. Friendship wins again. So, how do you want to make it up to her? By going to game files and killing her friends. I have a plan. Well, friends. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki's coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. Which, once again, do not blame her. I see. Mako's afraid of that. Not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage that she inadvertently caused. Yeah. But the only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's so easy to just duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But that's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you hurt them, it's to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get to her Okay, do you think you can get her to come to the meeting tomorrow? I can do that. Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today, it's going to be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm going to step out for a bit. Is that okay? Yeah. I'm just going to read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here? Sayori picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that? Natsuki probably just left it out by accident. But I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Actually, she's been reading manga. Compromise. Okay, Yuri. I'm sure it was just someone else who was using this classroom then, okay? Maka smiles to them both. Then with a wave, she exits the club room. It's because she's reading the manga to understand and she secretly likes it, but she's just embarrassed. I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki, and that would really get awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. Huh? You gonna play music? I mean, I know you play piano. The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Maka and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori is gonna be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, she's Sayori. Good point. She's very persuasive. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Maka sits and stands up to pace around and then sits again. Yuri's eyes don't move from a book. Then the door finally opens. Sayori marches inside. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles inside, nervously looking around the room. We're here. Welcome back. Maka, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back and forth between the club members, Maka is struck with a nostalgic feeling. It's nice music. Now that we can actually hear it. Alright. But yeah, now I have to really question what the music was playing in the other two stories. Man, she would stand at the front of the club room just like this, struggling to picture just who may eventually be sitting before her. But imagination was never enough to predict just how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeing the vision that Monica had, admittedly, so vaguely advertised. Seeking trust, understanding, respect. Aren't those titles of the side stories? Because understanding was Sayori and Yuri. Trust was Sayori and Monica. Isn't this trust? Right? Because understanding, trust. I can't remember which one this is, but I think that's what it's referencing. Anyway, what new lessons will the future hold for the Literature Club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Maka takes a deep breath and returns to the present. Okay, everyone, the Literature Club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Maka turns around to face the chalkboard. On it, she writes manga in big letters. Today, we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature. I thought it said theater. Manga. Oh, come on. Isn't this kind of forced? I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Maka shakes her head. Natsuki, this is the hardest part. After making it this far, it'll be so easy to just smile and move on. But it's not enough. Not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong of me not to take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. True. I thought about it, and I realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but I know you're only doing this because Sayori told you to. Wait, that's not true. Monica planned this all by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. I was witness to that as well. This is the Literature Club. This Literature Club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So, I just want to learn about things that make you happy. Taking a page from Sayori. I think that you deserve to share that joy as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb. The stuff I'm into. Maka smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me. Sayori, you're not dumb either. What the heck? You guys are so weird. Fine, I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro, but I don't want you to like me just for that. Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki. Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready. Nice. That was a good compromise. A week had passed since Natsuki returned to the Literature Club. Since then, the club activities have been in full swing. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to a close, Monica approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or anything? Nope. Because I don't know if I should spoil the main game, but Natsuki joins the Literature Club because, well, her dad abuses her. So she wants to be away from home as much as possible. So she joins the Literature Club. No, not particularly why. Oh, there was just something I want to show you, if you had a few minutes. Sure, what is it? It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room? The music room? Why? Well, you'll see. Does she play piano for her? Oh, the music room. Nice. We never seen that in the main game, that's why I'm calling it out. You know, I was thinking back, when the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed myself more than anyone. But I think it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that. Because you really taught me about myself, that the things I like are probably too stubborn to admit. Oh, come on. You can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just brought in a bunch of manga and then got all fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it. No, I honestly needed it. If you didn't express that you were hurt, then I would never have realized that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected. It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, I really shouldn't care about what other people think in the first place, which you shouldn't. But when you're just criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can get really hard to just brush it off. And it makes me start to feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everyone else. Am I being too entitled if I just want people to like me without me having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. I just wish that sometimes people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monica listens, she recalls vividly how Natsuki's friends were treating her and how naturally they did so. How long have they been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I can only wish I was as strong as you, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm always trying to come off as perfect for other people. I'm trying to come off as perfect for other people. I can't talk. Anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But thanks to you that I really started thinking about this stuff. You really inspired me to start working on it. But like I said, I didn't even do anything. You were just being yourself. That's all you needed to do. Also, there's someone else. If I think I know where this is going, where Monica plays the piano for Natsuki, if you hear it, then I'm glad that I have the music on so you can actually hear it, because otherwise it's just silence. Monica takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga. What the heck? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry. I think I just felt kind of embarrassed to admit it after I gave you such a hard time about it. I can't believe you of all people were reading manga behind my back. That's so funny. Yeah, well, I flipped through one of them out of the curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right? She's referring to, I assume, she's referring to the anime book she saw that she pulled out. It's 4 girls, all wearing, short skirts, weird poses and everything, which is the cover art for this game. You're reading Parfait Girls? Wow, you have good taste. It's as if it's a fourth wall break on this game that we're playing right now. Just one volume. And I kind of just picked it out randomly. Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me your favorite parts. Well, I think it was just some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in a literature club, she also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was the perfect person that I always wish I was if I just did what I wanted instead of always second guessing myself. Maka walks over to the piano and sits down. I always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself, the parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you joined the club, I realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allow us to share emotions. And I just feel like I wanted to show you this because if it wasn't for you, I never would have started playing. Hey, I think the credit for that goes for Parfait Girls, not me. No. Well, maybe it's true that Parfait Girls put that thought in my head, but it's still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day. Every day? Because, you just made me feel like I want to do something. I should just do it. I mean, I've still haven't been practicing for very long, and I'm not really good at it yet, like, at all, but I wrote a song for the club, and I worked really, really hard on it. It doesn't have any words or anything, but, well, yeah. Do we hear it? Yep. I'm glad I have music on this time. Trying to see if I remember this from the main game. Isn't this the main theme of like the game? Right? And like the title screen? Isn't this what it is? That's what my brain immediately went to. It's the song that plays when you're in the main menu, but it's the piano version, I assume. This is nice though. And a good way to end the stream once this is done. I have no idea how long this goes on for, so be pretty strapped in, everybody. But yeah, I'm so glad I have music on because otherwise it would be so awkward. You're just seeing these photos, I have no idea what's going on. Is that it? Alright, that's all. But I assume that's what the piano was. It was the main menu music, like the main theme for the game. That was so good. It was? Yeah, are you kidding? You're already like a pro. Not even close. Does that song have a name? You said it was all about the club, so yeah. It's called My Song, Your Note. I'm gonna remember that. Because in the when we finish this, when we're at the main menu for the DLC where we see like the poems, the photos, side quests, all that stuff, there's a music section. I don't know if that song just got added now or it's always been there. I'm curious. So My Song, okay. Because everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me. It should be about everyone. And it's all of you who help shape the club into what it is. I would never change that. I was about to say I would never challenge that, but I guess that would be the same thing. Well, I think that's really thoughtful and kind of flattering. I kind of feel like I don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should probably apologize too. I think I was just really fed up with a lot of things and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So yeah, I really didn't mean to take it out on you. I was being really immature. If you get my stubborn butt to apologize, I guess you're doing something right. It's fine, I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you're thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing. Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you let me keep my manga in the club room. You did admit that it's a form of literature, and you totally can't take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. Heh. I'll tell you what. I'll bring a little something for the club tomorrow. I want to do something nice in return. The cupcakes. What kind of something? Oh, you'll see. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. She's referring to the cupcakes. The next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. Wonder why? Is that it? Alright, so let's go to music. So it's what, my song, your note or something like that? My song, my note? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's a music section. I don't know if this was always there or just got added after this. I'm curious. Man, there's 23 songs. I'm sure there's more. If I'm right, that it got added because we just did that story. Oh, my song, You're Not Piano. Yeah. Right, it had to have just been added. Yeah, absolutely, because it says hug energy, right? This is the song in the end credits of the game. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. It shouldn't be copyright because we let this song play out and the end of the game on the first stream. I mean second stream. So it should be fine. And this is the main menu music. It's the main menu. Nice. That's when the game starts. This is the poem minigame music. That's when you're sharing poems. When you're doing the dates and stuff. Or one-on-one time. When issues happen. This is when Sayori is in depression, right? This is when she's hanged and the game glitches out. Oh god. It's so weird hearing just the music. It's creepy. Just Monica. Oh, this is when you're in the like space room with Monica and she's like sitting there like this. With just her. So that's this song. Interesting. Alright, well, let's do this then. Alright. So we've been going for about 4 hours. Jesus. Doki Doki streams, I swear, it takes so much out of me. Where we never expect them to be this long, but then randomly they become over 4 hours. And it's so annoying because I have to split it up, right? I have to split up the side stories. So let's see. We did Trust, we completed that one. We completed Understanding. We just completed Respect. So we have 3 more. So we're halfway. So we have Balance, which is Sayori Natsuki. Balance. Didn't that come up in the main game? I can't remember. I feel like that's so familiar. That came up in the main game at some point. I don't remember. But Reflection, which is Yuri and Monica, and then Natsuki and Yuri, which that should be interesting because if you've never played the main game or you have played the main game, you know that as far as the characters like interactions with each other, Yuri and Natsuki were the ones that are always at each other's throats. I'm either mean that in a quite literal or figurative sense, so that should be interesting seeing them two. But we are halfway done right? We did trust, we did understand, we did respect. So we have balance, reflection, and self-love left. So you have 3 to go, and then there's a 4th one that appears, a complete 7th one that features all 4 of them. And once again, I have no idea if that contains 1 part or 2 parts. But that, unfortunately, is gonna have to wait for another time because, unfortunately, I did not expect the stream to go this long. I thought if we would stream for 3 hours, the entire self-story stuff would be done, but unfortunately, it's 3 hours and we're only halfway, right? And I'm kind of going to see the FNAF movie pretty soon, like a half hour. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I think what we're going to be doing is going to be wrapping up the stream here. We're at a good halfway point, right? We're at a good halfway point. So we're going to end stream here, go see the FNAF movie, and then it's so annoying though, right? I guess this also comes back to like my perfectionist thing about schedules, is because the plan was to finish the side story. This is my perfectionist side coming out, by the way. So enjoy. But the plan was to finish the side story stuff and get all the Easter eggs. That's why I named this stream Getting All the Secrets, because I expected to do this all in one stream before I'm seeing the FNAF movie, which I started the stream like 4 hours ago, because I think, oh, I should be able to finish at that point. But no, we're only halfway done, and there's more coming. So, I don't want to split it up, but it's just what we gotta do, right? It's unfortunate, because another reason why just to make things convenient and everything, but another reason why, for schedule purposes, but another reason why I wanted to finish this Doki stream, do all the side stuff, all the Easter egg stuff before the FNAF movie, is because I'm gonna want to talk about the FNAF movie. All right, hold up. Can I change the music? What's a good? I mean, I guess it's fine. I was thinking of like some music to play while we're doing this, but what I was gonna say is this, that obviously when I see the FNAF movie, I'm gonna have my thoughts, I'm gonna have my reactions, I'm gonna have my reviews, I'm gonna wanna talk about that immediately. But because this is a game where, as you can see, it goes on for 3-4 hours plus, and it's completely silent, and it's me just talking, right, reading stuff, right? That's not the best time to share a FNAF review, because I'm sure I'm gonna have so much to talk about. Well, that's gonna delay the Doki stream. So it kind of puts me at a standstill where it's like, I want to talk about the FNAF movie, but we have to get through the Doki stuff, right? So it kind of leaves me in a weird term where it's like, where do I share my review of the FNAF movie? And we're like, where do we continue reading the Doki stuff? So we'll see. But I will be back very soon. I gotta go watch the FNAF movie and everything, so I'm really looking forward to that. But the Doki streams should return very soon, and we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna get to the bottom of what's going on here. And we're gonna figure out what the 7th mystery. We're gonna figure out what the 7th mystery story is all about with all 4 of them. Because once again, I'm curious if it's 1 part or if it's 2 parts. I'd assume it's 2 parts, but we'll see all that later on. So this is not a piece, this is not a, see you, bye now, right? This is just a see you later. I'll see you guys later.